Detective Elliot Green. I'm 52 years old. I've been working in the Hollywood Police Department for the last 20 years. 11 years ago, I had the fortune of being promoted to detective, and I've been that ever since.
Okay, can you please describe for us the crime scene, what you saw at the crime scene?
All right, so it was around October 13th, if I'm not mistaken. October 13th, I went in around 12:35, and I saw the dead body of Taylor. He was in a car. The ignition was in. So at first I thought it was a suicide because carbon monoxide poisoning. His skin was pink, but later I found like a little mark on his head. It looked like someone hit him in the head or something like that. So I believe there was purpose for further investigation.
Okay. So who did you talk to first?
I talked to Alex first. And he claimed that he was just his friend, and he said he did some maintenance work. He talked to me like the night before. Stevie, I think, and Jess, they all went into the mansion and had a couple drinks. They played some pool, and I think around 1:15 a.m. is where Alex heard an argument from his pool house.
Okay. Now, what did Jess Markson say?
All right, so after Alex, I interviewed Jess Markson. She admitted that she had a fight the night before with, of course, her husband, and she said that these fights were really common. So the story kind of matched up with Alex's story. I interviewed her. She said she went to bed around 12:15 a.m. Which didn't really make sense to me, but I'll get to that later. And then I saw her that her left lip was swollen. I asked her why, and she said she slipped on the bathroom floor.
And did Jess give you permission to search the house?
Yes, I asked Jess if I could search around the house. She said feel free to look around the house in the garage. And her attitude was extremely casual, so I felt that I had the permission to search pretty much the whole mansion, the whole estate. So at first, I searched the fireplace, and above the mantle there was a big metal, looking sword thing.
Can you please describe that sword to me?
Long, metallic, and looks like medieval-ish. So I felt that it might have been a possible murder weapon. I bagged it and I took it away. When I was searching around the house, I asked Jess if she was left-handed. She told me that she was left-handed, and I got information from a doctor that said the mark on the head was most likely caused by a left-handed person. So also Jess Taylor and Jess and Taylor are the same size. So Jess might have been able, since the car was low to the ground, she might have been able to knock Taylor unconscious and drag him into the car. So I believe there was a possible homicide.
Did Jess say anything specifically about not searching part of the estate?
No, she did not.
Okay. Now, here's the evidence. Can you please describe to me the car that Taylor's body was found in?
The car, I don't remember. I don't quite recall what brand of car was it, but the car frame was close to the ground.
Yes. So would it have been possible for someone to drag a body into the
Yeah, and especially since I mentioned this a couple minutes ago that Jess and Taylor were around the same size. So.
Now, what other evidence did you find?
Okay, so then I went out of the mansion and I talked to Alex, and Alex told me that he lived by the pool house, and I asked him if I could search the pool house, and he permitted, and so I went in and I searched around the pool house. There was no really relevant evidence in the pool house. Right next to it was the storage house, and the storage house that linked Alex's room to the storage house was locked. So I went around and I found that there was another door that was open to the storage house. I asked Alex once again if I could search the storage house. She said it was okay. So the storage house was not locked, okay? And then I went into the room and I found a bunch of Jess's like director stuff.
Okay.
Like she had a bunch of pictures, and she had a big on her chair. I think it was labeled like Jess the producer or something like that. But probably the most important evidence that I found was inside the storage room. I found a scripture for like a play or a movie or something that was titled "Murder by Monoxide."
Okay.
And inside of that murder, it pretty much told a story about how a husband murdered a wife via murder monoxide. He knocked her unconscious first and dragged her into the house. And specifically, I saw that there were notes. They were handwritten, outlining the amount of time someone would have to stay in the garage with the car motor running in order to die, like weight to amount of carbon monoxide ratio.
Okay.
So at this point,
So if you look at the script in Exhibit B, on the bottom where it says the producer note, it says carbon monoxide death usually occurs within 20 minutes, and it varies with the type of car and size of garage. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, can you please describe to me who else you interviewed?
I also interviewed